I've been coming to Oshkosh since it was in Rockford, and that was, 68 and 69. 68 was my first year. I was 14 or 13 or something. And then 69, we actually flew R140 over to Rockford and went to the show. And then 70, I moved up here. But virtually every year, I've been able to get here at least a day. Well, this funny-looking airplane is the prototype Cessna 140A. After the war, Cessna started building a 140. They thought everybody and their brother was going to be learning to fly. In March of '46, the first 140s, ragwing, came out. They were fabric wings, but everything else was metal. And by '48, sales were lagging. So they took one of the 48 models off the assembly line, this particular end number. And this is the very first prototype 140A. When we first bought this airplane, I was under the impression that the A model 140 was the first of this famous Cessna wing. But I was corrected later on, and I found out that actually it was the 170A came out before the 140A. The 170A is longer wing, but they shortened it a bay and modified it for the 140. But this wing is the first wing of all the 150s and 152s ever made. The challenges for this particular one was it required so many new skins once we got in there. The top skin on the middle of the fuselage we just did last week, because it was, when we first stripped it, it looked pretty good and with the kind of rough aluminum, but the more you polish it, then it showed the hail, and then it showed the scratches, then it showed everything else of its 70-year history. That was a challenge. And the other challenges are some of the parts, finding the parts. We had to replace one of the bulkheads. Both gearboxes were cracked, so they required repair and replace. Wheel pants, they're brand new. They're NOS. They've never been on there. They got 10 hours on them now, out of the box. Those are unobtainium. I honestly think that a 140A is probably the best post-war two-place airplane out. Everybody will throw rocks at me that like Luscombs and everything else, but I honestly do. They don't do everything perfectly, but they do most everything very well. They're fast enough to teach you how to use your feet. For its time, it's roomy. It has an adjustable back seat. Taylorcraft's Cubs, nobody adjusted. So that was something, and it's got a lot of the niceties that some of the predecessors didn't have.